All right, what's up, fools? We are out here in Lakeview. Where are we?
No, Long Beach.
Long Beach?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lakewood.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't been here before. But we're at El Dorado West Park. We're at the duck pond. There's a ton of ducks out here.
It really is.
And a ton of poop. We've been walking out here for about an hour now and checking out the sights. And there's ducks, there's turtles, and there's poop. But overall, it's nice.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it for a little stroll. We tried going to the other El Dorado parks, but I guess they require a fee to get in. And you guys know I'm cheap, so we came out here. Right, we gotta pay off those loans, right? So, like I said, this is the continuation of the mini-series within a series where I ask questions to people from my DPT cohort. And today we got my friend Katie. How's it going?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me. Oh God.
It's muddy. Oh my God. Oh, yeah, the dog.
You guys are fine.
Well, I didn't do anything, man.
It looks like a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, what a cutie.
Yeah. Dang.
Who's the coach?
I thought you was talking to me too.
Okay.
So I guess the first question normally is, how do you know me? That's already been answered.
Yeah.
So do you remember the first time that we interacted with each other?
Ooh. I think it took us a while for our first interaction. I don't really remember like the first 8 weeks of, I guess like once we started going into like more like breakout rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like we'd always be paired in the same breakout room and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we first started talking. And then once we started doing like more things with our cohort and stuff, like you're always out and about, and I feel like I got to.
I'm not.
I feel like you are with like the cohort doing like activities and stuff, and so I feel like that's where I got to know you better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we didn't really have that much interaction the first 8 weeks of the program.
I feel like we first really talked like a week ago.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It feels like a little bit longer, but it's probably, than like a couple weeks or something.
All right. And then the second question is usually, what's your career path? And of course, we're all
PT.
in PT school.
Yeah.
So I've just been asking, what's your prior work experience in? And then as a PT, is there a certain population that you want to work with?
Okay. So prior work experience, I did a lot of like volunteering and aid work at different like PT clinics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I've worked in outpatient ortho clinics. I volunteered in like a SNF, and then St. Joseph's, they had like a cancer outpatient rehab program that I was involved in. And then, I mean, besides that, I did a lot of waitressing on the side and stuff like that too. But where I want to go with PT, I would either say outpatient ortho, or I really have started liking neuro. And so whether that's inpatient or outpatient, I would like to explore that a little bit more and work with like stroke populations, Parkinson's disease patients, and things like that, because I've had family affected by those things, and so I feel like that would be really rewarding to help patients like that. So those are kind of my two ideas so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
So just to get into the little deeper questions in this interview, can you share with everyone a
Yeah. Let's go this way.
Can you share with everyone a cause or issue that you think is important, but you feel like it doesn't get the necessary attention or coverage that you think it deserves?
Yeah. So I think over the years it's probably gotten a little bit more coverage, but still not as much as it should, I feel like. And I think mental health has its kind of something that's kind of pushed off to the side and not many people like to talk about.
Yeah.
I know lots of people that are struggling, like personal family members that are struggling with different mental health conditions, and even ones that have taken their life from it. And I feel like after talking with these individuals, they don't feel like there's like a safe place to talk about it, or they don't have the right resources, and so I feel like they're ashamed of like what's going on with them, and they can't tell their story really. And so I feel like if it was brought more up in like the media or things like that, they would feel more comfortable talking about it and everything. It's definitely, I feel like it affects a lot of people. I would say that's like the big one.
Yeah. I was gonna say that already sounds pretty close to home.
Oh,
for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think me personally, I was talking about it with a couple people too. I feel like it's not. I don't think it's become like a huge issue with my family, and I don't think it's not because it's not an issue. I think especially within Asian cultures, you have that belief or kind of habit to just kind of sweep it underneath the rug.
Exactly.
So I'm kind of interested. I don't know about me personally, if we'll see much improvement with it. I mean, especially if we don't talk about it, we won't.
Yeah.
But hopefully through the series, because I know mental health has come up a lot. Hopefully more people are talking about it.
Yeah.
That will lead to greater amount of change.
Yeah, and that's the whole goal. So yeah, hopefully it does. And yeah, exactly. The more people that talk about it, the more awareness we bring to the topic. I just feel like it'll make others like more comfortable to open up and tell their stories and everything.
Yeah. Dang, it's
That's
like
usually all they need is just somebody to talk to, you know?
Huh?
Oh, the birds.
I was like, there's a turtle spot, a seagull spot, a duck spot. They got their own little groups.
Clicks.
Yeah. So I guess kind of digging a little more into something a little more closer to you, maybe. Is there another cause or issue that you yourself have worked in or you've been involved in before that you'd like more people to know about?
So I have not really involved in anything right now. Kind of going off of the same topic.
Yeah.
My brother is one of those people that suffers with mental health. And so he had this idea, and it's kind of in the works. It hasn't become official, but he wants to start a nonprofit organization for anyone who's suffering from a mental health condition or anything like that. And it kind of just gives people the opportunity to be able to tell their story, as well as we would have like physical activity there too. He specifically wants to do yoga because he's really into yoga. And so because mental health facilities or those resources can also be really expensive, and that can kind of like deter people too.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they're trying to put people on medication, and with medications, you know, there's all sorts of side effects.
Yeah.
And so this would kind of incorporate a place for people to come for free, as well as try to incorporate physical and like mental health, and hopefully like bring nutrition into it as well, because I think your food, like what you're eating, plays a huge role into that as well. So I would love to become involved in that if it ever kind of gets off the ground.
Yeah.
And once it does, like, you guys will be hearing about it.
Let me know. Link down in the description.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all can learn about it too.
Yeah, but he's been really serious about it, and he's already kind of in the makings of doing it. Just hopefully we can get its feet off the ground.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of a little hard to start nonprofit organizations, but that's something that I feel like I'd be extremely passionate about, and helping other individuals. But so hopefully in the near future.
Yeah. I'll say kind of to conclude this interview and kind of speaking on that goal of trying to make that dream come true.
Yeah.
Is there any other short goals that you have right now, either short term or they can be long term.
Yeah, so that's like one of the bigger ones. I also will finish obviously my DPT degree out, and then I also really want to get into like become a nutritionist as well, and kind of like incorporate that into physical therapy, because I believe like obviously food fuels like your mind and body as well, and so kind of giving people that information, so kind of, and I would be able to bring that into the nonprofit organization as well. So I feel like, I mean, that's a little bit more of a long-term goal, but I feel like that's like the biggest things is trying to work towards developing that, becoming a nutritionist, and then finishing a DPT degree out.
Nice.
But yeah, I think that's the big ones.
Nice.
I'm sure there'll be little goals that develop along the way. But
and make a home gym, right?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta have the home gym.
But yeah, thanks for coming out and answering my questions. Really appreciate it. And
anytime.
It was nice to, I think you guys don't really know, but usually with these I don't like to just ask them to interview and then I just leave. try to talk and get to know them, because like I said from some of the other previous interviews, I think with the pandemic and COVID we've all kind of been sequestered either in our own little groups, or they split up into like 5 different groups, so it'll either be just our friends or just the people within our pods, and then we don't really get that opportunity to go and talk to other people like Katie, who I haven't really talked to.
Now we're buds.
No, it's nice. But yeah, thanks. Without Katie and without everyone letting me question them, then this series wouldn't be able to go on, and hopefully I can continue to get the rest of our classmates in on this. With that, we'll go ahead and end it. All right.
Bye, guys.